Don't skip this. This video reveals the deep secrets of influence and power. By the end, your friends and colleagues will want more. Let's start now. Be careful with these techniques. This video is just for an educational purpose. Using them too much might turn you into a scary leader, but you'll have loyal followers for a bit. Let's dive in. Anchoring is a strategy where you link a specific feeling or emotion to a particular trigger. This can influence how someone feels and reacts in various situations. It's a powerful tool, but it should be used discreetly. Let's use the example of selling a car. If a buyer is hesitant about the price, you can apply anchoring by associating the cost with positive feelings. For example, you might say, "This car is a real gem, and I'm sure you'll be very happy with it. By the way, the price is $10,000, but I'm willing to lower it a bit." In this case, you are linking the $10,000 price to the positive emotions of happiness and satisfaction. This approach increases the likelihood that the buyer will feel good about the price and more inclined to agree to it. However, if the car has hidden issues, like an oil leak, the buyer's positive feelings might be temporary. Another scenario could be encouraging a friend to attend a concert. Here, you can use anchoring by connecting the concert experience with fun and excitement. You might say, "This band is amazing, and I'm sure we're going to have a great time. By the way, the concert tickets cost $100, but I can get us a discount." By doing this, you are associating the concert with positive emotions of having a fantastic time. This makes it more likely that your friend will feel good about the concert and be willing to go with you. Anchoring is not just effective, but can be used in any setting. However, it's important to use it carefully. If it's too obvious, it can come off as manipulative, and you certainly don't want to gain a reputation as someone who manipulates others. This is a label that can be difficult to remove. The second technique is known as social proof. This principle is based on the idea that people tend to mimic the actions of others, particularly when they are uncertain about what to do. Utilizing social proof can effectively influence people's choices and encourage them to follow your suggestions. For instance, suppose you want to persuade a group to dine at a new restaurant. You can leverage social proof by telling them, "This place is really popular and a lot of my friends love it. I think you'll enjoy it too." When people hear that others have had positive experiences, they feel more confident about trying it themselves. To use social proof effectively, make sure your statements are true. For example, genuinely having friends who recommend the restaurant makes your claim believable and persuasive. No one wants to be the first to try a place with a dubious reputation. By summing, social proof works because it taps into the human instinct to follow others' leads in situations of uncertainty. By sharing examples of others' positive experiences, you can guide people's decisions more smoothly. Just remember, the key to successful social proof is authenticity. Ensure that the examples you use are accurate and trustworthy. Scarcity is a psychological technique based on the principle that people tend to value things more when they are rare or in short supply. By creating a feeling of scarcity, you can make your offerings more attractive and prompt people to act quickly to obtain them. For instance, if you're trying to sell a product and want to increase its appeal, you can employ scarcity to generate urgency. You could tell potential buyers, "This product is extremely popular and our inventory is running low. If you don't act now, you might miss out on this incredible opportunity." This message creates a sense of urgency and makes it more likely that people will decide to purchase right away, fearing they might not have another chance. This tactic is particularly effective when the items you're selling are truly scarce or unique. When people believe that an opportunity is fleeting, their desire to acquire the item increases, and they are more willing to take immediate action. It's important to use scarcity honestly. Misleading customers by claiming something is scarce when it isn't can lead to distrust and damage your reputation. Therefore, it's crucial to ensure that your claims about scarcity are accurate, maintaining trust and credibility with your customers. The fourth technique, commitment and consistency, is a psychological principle that suggests people are more inclined to follow through on a commitment if they've publicly declared it or put it in writing. This principle is based on the idea that once someone commits to something, They feel a sense of obligation to stick with it to remain consistent with their previous actions or statements. To illustrate, imagine you're trying to convince a friend to go on a trip with you. Using commitment and consistency, you could start by asking your friend to make a small commitment, such as choosing the destination or the travel dates. By doing so, you're getting them to invest in the idea of the trip, making it more likely for them to commit to the entire journey later on. This technique leverages the human desire to maintain a consistent self-image. Once someone publicly commits to something, they are more likely to align their future actions with that commitment to avoid appearing inconsistent. Therefore, by starting with small commitments, you can gradually build momentum towards larger ones, effectively influencing others' decisions and behaviors. Our fifth trick is called mirroring. It's a way to communicate without using words. You basically copy the body language, facial expressions, and speech patterns of the person you're talking to. This helps create a feeling of connection and trust, which makes it easier to persuade them. For instance, if you want a colleague to support your project, you can use mirroring by imitating their body language, facial expressions, and speech style. This makes them feel more comfortable with you and more likely to back your project. However, it's important not to overdo it. Otherwise, you might end up in a strange contest of synchronized blinking, which nobody wants. So, use mirroring wisely to build rapport and trust, but don't take it too far. Our sixth technique is called liking. It's based on a simple idea. People are more likely to listen to and follow someone they like or respect. By using liking, you can create a positive bond with someone, increasing the chances they'll agree with you. For instance, imagine you're trying to convince a potential client to work with you. You can use liking by finding common interests. You might say, "I noticed we both enjoy rock climbing. Have you tried the climbing gym downtown?" This helps create a friendly connection, making the client more inclined to choose you. Even if you only share a love for something like true crime documentaries, it's still enough to build a connection. However, remember to keep things genuine and not overdo it. Trust me, liking is a potent tool for building positive relationships and influencing others to follow your lead. Our seventh and final technique is the hidden agenda. People tend to agree more when they don't think they're being pushed or controlled. By presenting your request like it's a hidden plan, you can make them feel like they're choosing freely. For instance, if you need a favor, you can say, "I have a favor to ask you, but I don't want you to feel pressured to do it." This approach makes people more likely to say yes because they believe they're making their own choice. Using this method is like guiding someone to do what you want without them feeling forced. It's like giving them the freedom to decide while gently suggesting what you need. This way, they feel respected and more willing to help. So, if you want someone to do something for you, try using a hidden agenda to make them feel in control of their decision. If you're interested, you could take a look at my previous video called Dark Psychology: 7 Golden Rules to Go Inside Her Mind. Sometimes, a bit of influence can make a big difference in the world of love or obsession. It's up to you to decide which path to take.